Howdy ho everybody, Nisiti here for my week 53, yes, 1 year, 1 week, post-op RNY gastric bypass surgery update. I'm sure many of you saw my video from Sunday when I hit Wonderland, and I'm very happy to report that that was not a fluke weigh-in. I am still in Wonderland. Yay! Anyway, so last week when I weighed in, I was 202.5 pounds on my 1 year anniversary. That was actually on Thursday. On Sunday I was 198.5, and today I am 197. So from last week's weigh-in, my official weigh-in days, I am down minus 5.5. And how amazing is that? Like a year out, to be able to lose 5.5 pounds in a week astounds me. It astounds me to no end. And it's a good thing. This surgery has been just the most amazing tool for me to get my life back, and I am speechless and completely overwhelmed with gratefulness because of everything that it's given me back. And at this point, you know, it's not the surgery anymore, because if I'm not following the rules, if I'm not exercising, if I'm not watching what's going in my mouth, drinking my water, see, my big bottle of water, I don't see the results. Now, the saving grace is that because of the surgery, the amounts that I can eat, even if I'm not making the wisest choices sometimes, are significantly less than what I could eat before. And so, yeah, you know, when I see people who are really big now, my heart goes out to them, because I want to run up to them and hug them and tell them that there's a way out. Because I just remember years and years of feeling completely helpless and completely hopeless. And really and truly, you know, if you had asked me at the time, I thought I was relatively happy. Like I thought I was. I had amazing friends and family. I've talked about that before. I have a job that, although challenging and sometimes way too busy, with lots of overtime, I love. And I thought I was happy. But I had given up on living, really. I'd just given up. I didn't, I just thought, you know what, I was just putting in time. I was putting in time, and I spent time with my family and my friends, but there's a lot of things that I just wouldn't do anymore because it was too hard. And a lot of that was, I didn't want to ever feel like I was holding up anybody else. So, you know, going to different places that would require a lot of walking, because at that weight, I mean, on January 1st of last year, I was 346 pounds. So to carry that weight around, you know, I tried to pretend it didn't matter. You know, traipsing around Europe 3 years ago on a 10-year tour, 10-day tour, 10-year tour, my goodness, where we were starting the days at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we wouldn't get back to our hotel room, whatever it was that night, until 9, 10 o'clock at night. I was there with a group of grade 12 students. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful that I could go to that. But I remember going to the castle in Germany, which I can't ever say, Neuschwanstein, whatever it is, and being thrilled, but yet so sad, because I really, number one, everybody else was hiking up the mountain, and it was about a 20-minute, half-hour hike. I couldn't do that because I couldn't physically do that. And by that time, we were 3 or 4 days in, and I was in constant pain. My body hurt, my legs, my feet, everything hurt. I didn't want to be holding anybody back. There was another group of students from Newfoundland with us that were grade 9, and one of the girls had some sort of health issues. So her and I and the tour guide actually took they had horse-drawn carriages that would take you up to the castle if you were unable or didn't want to walk. So we rode that up there, and that was fine. There was a little bit of a hike, but I could do that. And then we had part of our tour that was booked was to climb to the top of this tower that was, I think, 4 stories high. And I can't remember, but I think there was 66 steps for every story. So you'd walk up 66 steps, and they were stone steps, and they weren't real steep, thank goodness, because I wouldn't have been able to do it. And then you would tour that floor of the castle, whatever rooms were there, and then you'd go up the next 66 steps. And all I can remember, it was astounding to be there, but all I could remember is in my head thinking, please let me be able to make it up. Please let me make it up. Please let me make it up. And then going down, I'm stubborn, so I walked down the mountain, but it took me a hell of a long time. I did it by myself. I told everybody else going ahead, and it was so steep that you were leaning backwards, right? You were leaning backwards. I think now if I could go now back and do it all again, and maybe someday I will. That whole tour was wonderful. I saw some amazing things, but it would have been so much better now. Anyways, I have so much to talk about, and I got way off track there. I hadn't planned on talking about that, but 1 year out, I am in Wonderland. And some other significant numbers that I'm going to share in this video for you is the fact that last June my BMI was 58.6. My BMI now is 36.4. That's still considered obese. I won't actually hit overweight until I get to 166. And the whole numbers thing, again, is just sort of a mind trip, because I have no idea what my numbers should be. My goal that I had set when I had surgery was 150 pounds. I have people telling me now that if I lose much more, I'll look sick. They're comparing me, though, to what they're used to seeing me as. So I honestly don't know what my numbers need to be. And what I'm going to do in September when I go for my physical is get a referral to a plastic surgeon. Not because I'm ready to go for plastic surgery yet. I just need somebody to give me an educated estimate on what's, excess tissue after losing that weight, what's realistic. I don't know. I don't know. And part of that is I don't know if I can trust what I'm seeing in a mirror either. When I stand in front of a mirror clothed, I think I look pretty hot. I do. I think I look really good. When I stand in front of a mirror naked, I still don't think I look that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I do have my puddles, what I call my puddles, so my lower abdomen, and no, I'm not going to show you that yet. Maybe someday I will. My arms, my breasts, although really it's not as bad as I thought it would be, and I think I will, I know I will someday want to have an abdominoplasty, and I think I'll have a breast lift too. But I don't think I'm going to do my arms. I walk around with tank tops like this all the time, and frankly, if somebody out there doesn't like the fact that I have arm flab, screw them. Don't look at it. Anyways, I stand in front of a mirror naked, and I don't think I look that bad, but the thought of standing naked in front of somebody else kind of freaks me out. Anyway, okay, and the other set of numbers that I wanted to share with you was total inches lost. I've lost a total in 1 year of 84.25 inches from my body, and that's my from my neck 3.5 inches, from my left bicep 5 inches, from my left forearm 2.5 inches, from my left thigh 9.5 inches, from my left calf 17.5 inches, from my chest 13.75 inches, from my waist 15.75 inches, and from my hips 16.5 inches. And don't ask me why I only measured one arm and one leg. I don't know. If I had measured both, it would be over 100 inches now. So that is totally amazing. Anyways, I'm going to make another video because there's actually a whole bunch of other things I want to talk about, and cute little funny sort of stuff that's happened and some serious stuff. But this was all about the numbers, and you know what? If you don't want to watch it all, that's fine. Anyways, I'll be back with part 2.